Social media has brought climate conversation into daily lives. Climate change is being discussed, dissected, shared and reshared like never before. Sometimes it could lead to small changes starting at home. Every drop makes an ocean. But the larger question we are asking is, are we progressively turning into a country where the onus on climate action starts and stops with the individual?
Think about what a young person today in India is actually offered when they want to do something for environment, for climate. They are told to change their personal behavior, like don't use single-use plastic bottles, cutleries and things. And I'm not saying these are meaningless. I also carry them personally. But the scale of the problem we are talking about is very different from these personal behavior options being offered. We are talking about a generational crisis, and the crisis cannot be alone fought with a steel spoon.
Siddhant Sarang, a climate and development practitioner, raises a critical question.
The social media campaigns, or let's say the climate communication in India and across the world, has played a very smart role in making people feel the urgency of climate change, the urgency of action. And that has actually successfully done it. When I see around the world, people genuinely feel the urgency of it. But creating the urgency and having the pathways to do something about it are very two distant things.
Social media is good for information because it is not forcing you to do an action. It is giving you the opportunity of knowing that there is a possibility for you to take some action. But then it is upon you to actually step out and participate in something that can make a change. Action Center, where researchers at one point and still do learn about birds specifically, but also other animals. But BNHS majorly studies birds.
Wildlife biologist and influencer Sandra Pereira turns back the conversation a notch. Her Instagram handle, The Jung Girl, is all about spending meaningful time in the forest and taking volunteers along. It is the only way for people raised in cities to see, touch, learn, and hopefully invest in the natural world, she says. And social media provides the first step.
Whether we like it or not, we are a lot on social media. Some people are either on Instagram or Facebook. If nothing, we are on LinkedIn. So if you are consuming content anyway, why not consume nature content? And if you can find out through that content that there is opportunity to actually go out into nature, nothing like it. People care more when they build a relationship with nature, right? And to build a relationship with nature, you need to first notice it. So you just saw that skink, right? It just came out, hunted that insect and it just went inside. This is precisely why you can't solely depend on learning nature online.
Being in the nature is a whole different aspect than what you see on the Nat Geo or on any other TV channels or on Instagram.
I saw the checkered and I was like, oh, snake! And I was like, oh.
I saw the snake today. It looked green and white.
The sensory experience can make a difference, no doubt. But how does one move the needle beyond building climate empathy? For the last 1.5 years, Diksha Vanguru has made more than 20 visits to this site. What we are looking at is the Musi River flowing through the heart of Hyderabad city. It counts amongst the most polluted rivers in the country today.
Our work with the Musi River started around November of 2024. We saw how dirty and bad this river has been polluted, and we also saw that government after government promising how the Musi River will develop over a period of time, and we were tired of seeing that not happening.
Diksha is a youth climate organizer with Fridays for Future India. She and her associate Rujit have been campaigning for the revival of river health and protection of the people living along it. Their fight is also against the Telangana government's Musi Riverfront Development Project that environmentalists fear will only worsen pollution levels and cause mass displacement.
What concern matters? Beautification and cosmetization of the entire city, it does not matter to them. When you look at these homes that have a roof of steel, they need a better housing, they need a better living quality, they need a better water quality, they need a better air to breathe, They need their children to go to a better school.
As you can see, even today, we have been able to gather all these people within a span of 3 to 4 days. So, getting 30 people on a Sunday, 8 a.m. in Hyderabad is a difficult feat. But we've been able to do that, and a lot of it is due to social media and due to the active engagement of our volunteers as well.
I got surgery like 15 days back, and I'm still here because I have to show up. My presence is also a form of resistance, right?
పెయింటింగ్ అనేది నా హాబీ. సినిమా ఇండస్ట్రీలో నేను ఆర్ట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో నేను వర్క్ చేస్తాను. ప్రజెంట్ ఇక్కడికి రావడానికి కారణం ఈ సేవ్ మ్యూజిక్ క్యాంపెయినింగ్లో పార్ట్ అవుదామని వచ్చాను నేను ఇక్కడికి.
पीने को पानी नहीं, पीने को पानी नहीं, पीने को पानी नहीं, नदी बने नाले.
The Mosi Jan Andolan, a citizen group that has been fighting for this cause for over 20 years, recently managed an appointment with the state.
We have been able to get a meeting with the deputy chief ministers or like the GHMC or the Musi Riverfront Development Corporation for them to take our inputs, because we've been able to make so much noise.
A meeting, however, is one measure of success. Has there been any policy impact, we ask? Not yet, which brings us back to the core question. Social media has helped mobilize countless citizen movements and campaigns like this one. But is it seeing tangible results?
The first and the most fundamental thing that is missing in India right now is the political pathway. I am a climate concerned person, you are a climate aware person, and we have no option to show our concern through a ballot, through a vote. No larger political discussion is happening around climate during elections. No candidate is winning or losing on these topics. Whenever I look at countries where climate action has happened, it's happened because of the political backing. Let's take Denmark for example. Denmark has a youth climate council that directly advises the climate minister and puts their own concern in a formal policy proposals. Young person there have a real channel to convert their concern into a policy pressure. So this is a real power somebody has. The young person there have their say on the table. So they are taken seriously, and the changes have been seen in these parts of the world.
India, in truth, has a remarkable history of climate movements, from Uttarakhand's Chipko movement to Kerala's Silent Valley movement to the Narmada Bachao Andolan and so many more. These were all locally rooted, centered around and driven by those directly at risk. And that brings us to the next gap we are staring at today. Communities that have the most to lose from the climate crisis are largely absent from the climate conversations.
Climate conversations 100% have been always dominated by these academic urban elite groups. They do not reach a lot of the communities which are actually impacted. A lot of the conversations just finish off at conference halls or in bigger AC rooms.
Additionally, if we are largely relying on social media to galvanize climate movements, we are leaving behind the largest share of the climate vulnerable in our country, the vernacular population.
So the climate movements in India speaks English, it talks in global terms, but the problems of India in terms of climate is deeply local. It is about our cities, our heat, our crop, our rivers. Until this conversation happens in Bhojpuri, Marathi, Tamil, Telugu, this issue becomes the problem of a small urban minority. Those who are extremely affected by these issues, the conversation should start in the language that they can understand.
Even as we file this report, in the Chittarpur and Panna districts of Madhya Pradesh, tribal communities are struggling to draw attention. Lying on mock funeral pyres, these dramatic scenes are from a protest against the Ken-Betwa River interlinking project, which they say is causing forced displacement. It will also submerge portions of a national park, the Panna Tiger Reserve, through which the Ken River flows. The symbolism is explicit. Death of their ancestral lands and forests is the equivalent to a cultural death sentence. India has a long way before it can revive its days of historic climate movements. from involving marginalized communities to decolonizing the language of mainstream discourse to consistent informal pressure on the state. But what is needed most urgently today is evidence from this country's government that it is indeed interested and invested in saving the environment.
Thanks for watching Eco India. If you like the story, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Scroll.in on YouTube.